I was born and raised in California. I lived all over this great state, from San Diego to Orange County to Los Angeles to Santa Barbara to Palo Alto to Berkeley to San Francisco. California has earned the envy of the world by being a capital of tech, entertainment, culture, and fashion. Don't forget the perfect weather, amazing beaches, breathtaking landscapes, and beautiful people. In this video, we will examine if California is crumbling like all the media headlines claim, or if it's still a paradise state with endless opportunities. You can't turn on the news without hearing about all the violent crimes that are happening in California. In almost any big city in California, you can't go into a CVS or Walgreens without seeing private security guards by the front and seeing most of the shelves inside the stores covered with locks, even for simple items like toothbrushes. You can't go on TikTok without seeing videos of homeless people in California stealing from retailers with no penalty. In San Francisco, if you drive a nice car and leave it overnight, it's almost a guarantee that your car will get broken into. Most residents who have to park on the streets leave their doors open in order to discourage break-ins. In San Francisco and LA, it's also true that there are entire city blocks that have been taken over by the homeless. It's almost unimaginable unless you see it for yourself. Here are the hard cold facts. In big cities like SF and LA, retail theft is up nearly 20% from pre-pandemic. Violent crime has increased by nearly 10% statewide from pre-pandemic. Keep in mind, the stats we get are also very controversial, as there's a bias to underreport these events. And if you live in the state, you know the data is BS. It's way worse than they're claiming. Many big retailers like Target, Nordstrom's, Whole Foods, CVS, and Walgreens have left some cities due to crime problems. In Oakland, it got so bad that the police encouraged residents to add bars to their doors and windows to prevent robberies. LA and SF are also the poster children for how a liberal governance system can lead to chaos and crime and misery. California has the highest state income tax, which tops in at 13.3%. With all those tax dollars, you'd expect great services in return, but California roads are among the worst in the nation, our public schools rank poorly, and our power grid is well below average as well. Most importantly, California's high housing costs have created a homelessness problem that's worse than anywhere in the country. The median home price in California is over $800K, which is the highest in the country. The combination of high housing costs, high utility costs, high food costs has been a huge factor in giving California the crown as the state with the highest poverty rate. Lastly, let's not forget that California is one of the epicenters of the nation's fentanyl problem that's leaving thousands of people dead every year. These are all reasons to want to pack your bags and leave the state, but it doesn't capture the full picture. California is still home to the greatest tech ecosystem in the world and the greatest concentration of talent in the world. California is home to Google, Facebook, Apple, Nvidia, and Netflix, and thousands of other big companies. It's also the entertainment capital of the world, leading the way for movies and music. We rank 5th overall in the world in GDP. Despite nearly half the population, California has nearly the same GDP as Germany and Japan. Overall, California is a complex place. On one hand, it's a poster child for everything that's gone wrong with modern capitalism, from homelessness to drugs to theft to crime to inequality. On the other hand, it's still a place that's leading the world in wealth creation. If you have the right ambition, work ethic, intelligence, and luck, California is probably the best place in the world to create wealth. Yes, overall, for the first time in decades, the population of California has been shrinking. A lot of people are packing up and saying goodbye to the Sunshine State, given all the problems. If you have the right skill set and you want to work hard, there's almost no other place that has as much opportunity. However, for the vast majority of Californians, it's a beautiful state with an absurdly high cost of living that makes the American dream feel very hard to achieve. Increasingly, California is becoming more well known for its inequality than its beaches and landscapes, and that's pretty sad. Recently, I was in downtown Los Angeles. There's a famous high-rise that has been left abandoned by its Chinese developers that's now full of graffiti. It's been called Graffiti Tower. There's probably nowhere in California where you can see more inequality than downtown Los Angeles. It's a newly reimagined downtown area filled with multi-million-dollar plus condos and trendy restaurants that are littered with drugs, homelessness, crime, poverty, and misery. As a California native and a person who loves California till infinity, I gotta believe the state can turn things around. I love SF and LA, and I'll be rooting for them to make a turnaround. All I can say is that after seeing the Graffiti Tower firsthand, Florida doesn't look so bad, and I don't blame anybody that leaves. For the people empowered in California, all I can say is get your shit together. And for those residents in California like me who pay a lot of taxes, we gotta vote out all the politicians who are not doing anything, and that probably includes all of them. If you like my video, please push the like button and subscribe, and I wish you a great day.